What's up, Zane, and anyone that has access to this unlisted YouTube video? So, last weekend I spent 8 to 10 hours building in Pandas, and I built in Pandas before, but I was just reviewing my understanding. And so today I wanted to go through and actually walk through those tutorials. So, walk through the full project that I did, and then walk through tutorials 5 through 9, 10 through 15, and also tutorials 1 through 4, which I don't think I've uploaded to Git. Okay, so I found tutorial 4. So I'll start with this Jupyter Notebook, and then we'll work through sequentially. So we'll go 5 through 9, 10 through 14, and then the final project. So Pandas is a library that is used for data science and specifically for data exploration, for data pre-processing in machine learning models, for data exploration, which is what I used it most within this weekend. And just there are a couple different commands that you can run. The first thing that you should do whenever you are getting data from, let's say, Excel or a CSV file is to actually run a command. So run that command so then you can see it in Panda readable form. So what I'm running here, data frame is equal to pd.read_Excel. I want this Excel file, which will appear something like this. Isn't the exact Excel file. This one is different, but you can see here it is a different format than the one that you see in Pandas. So if I were to import this Excel file or try to data process in Excel, it would be a much more complicated process than doing it in Pandas, which is one of the reasons why we use Pandas, is because it's much easier to pre-process. There are multiple people that have written code and contributed to the open source code base of Pandas that have made the process really easy for something like file conversion. And so it's not only simpler to do it in Pandas, but you can just take different methods, CSV files, text files, Excel files, and write them here. So this is what it looks like. DF just means printing out the data frame. And what I wanted to do was take this NA value that appears here and turn it into the string Sam Waltman. And so I just wrote a quick function, convert people cell, and I want it to take in one parameter, and it's if cell is equal to NA, and so that would actually parse anywhere in this data frame where NA appeared in the people specific. So then I say if cell equals this, return Sam Altman, which is the name I wanted, and then return cell, which is just the call I'm making. So when you write the return function, you're saying, okay, Python, I'm done processing this function, go back and read the next command. And then I am using the df command again to say, read this Excel file, read sheet 1, and there's so Pandas has many different data objects and arguments that you can use. That's one of the reasons why I love it so much, is not only because the documentation is really simple to use, but you can use different things like converters, for example. So I can say convert people. So in this column, look at convert people and run this command. Otherwise, if I didn't have this command, convert people cell, I would have to write some other logic that says, okay, convert this NA into Sam Waltman. Here, I've just done it with a simple if statement and then told it to do it. And then what I'm doing here is, so if okay, so Pandas, I have to run everything to show you what it looks like. So if I run this, now it should output something. Maybe not. Wonder why I'm getting this error. Oh, okay. Let's see now. Oh yeah, it's just done processing. Okay, well, what I was expecting to see was a data frame. So what this command does when I say pd.dataframe and then I input a dictionary, I'm saying I want a data frame with these items in it. And this is me essentially giving it the CSV input. So if I were to go to something like text edit, and let's see if I can pull up, actually let's search everything here, lab1 grep, okay? So you can see here, this is what a comma separated value input looks like. So we have these are the column titles, and then everything here is just row input data, right, underneath these columns. And you can see, okay, if this would be at index 1, so under T1. This would be at index 2, so under channel 2. This would be at index 3, so under T2, etc. So that's essentially what I'm giving the input here is I want to say, take this data that I'm giving you in CSV format, and I want you to convert it to a data frame, and what that data frame will look like is something like this. And so I'll debug after to figure out why this part isn't working. But then here, what I'm saying is I want you to convert what I have now to an Excel file. So then once it is in an Excel file format, it'll be on my computer. So there's integration between the IDE and then the file system on my computer. And then I'll be able to pull up this file, stocks.weather, stocks_weather, let's see. And then if I pull this up, okay, so now you see stocks and you see weather, right? Two different data frames. Those data frames, okay, were done with this command where I created the data frames. So actually, sorry, the reason why it's not working is because I didn't run the command, okay? So there's no bug in this. The bug is just that it processed the data frame, but I didn't tell it to print it. So I could actually run the same thing for df_stocks. And then you can see, okay, tickers, price, PE, which is the price to earnings ratio, and then the earnings per share. And then you can go back into this file and you can see, okay, same columns, same rows, same data. And we have two different sheets here. And we have two different sheets because that's, again, what I've defined here. So this with statement, I have used this with statement in the past to do something like read a file, for example. So if I go to GitHub and show you one of the private repos I have. So advent of code. And if I go to the first day, okay, so here. So with this parameter as f, list.save.readlines. And so this logic was written to say, okay, I want to take in a parameter, which is the list I passed in. And the main thing I want to do was to read that list. And so the reason why I'm mentioning this to you is because if we go to here, it's called a context manager, okay? So that's what it's doing. I'm telling it to read and write files. That's usually the way that it's used. Here, what I'm doing is I'm telling it to take this file and write it to an Excel file under this name, using this temporary variable, passing this temporary variable in here because it needs to know what is it writing to and then what is the sheet name, and then that's how we get the Excel file at the end.